Hi, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about the Joint Commission and the Indiana State Health Department and how it relates to the micro and macroeconomics in the physical therapy world. First off, the Joint Commission was created in 1951 to evaluate and accredit health care organizations with the goal of providing safe and effective care for all. For healthcare organizations to receive the gold seal of approval, the Joint Commission they must go through an on-site survey every 3 years, which is a pretty demanding process. This is a voluntary program for healthcare organizations. A couple of important milestones for the Joint Commission. In 1965, Congress passed a bill stating that hospitals that were accredited through the Joint Commission are in compliance with Medicare and therefore can participate in all Medicare and Medicaid services, which, as we know, is the driver of the healthcare system. In 1992, all accredited hospitals prohibited smoking inside the hospitals, which I find funny just because this was only a year before I was born. And apparently you could smoke in hospitals as soon as then. In 2003, they created a protocol for preventing wrong site, wrong procedure, wrong person surgery, thus giving birth to the, hey, can I have your name and date of birth patient identifiers that we are so used to today. In 2020, they supported the use of personal face masks or respiratories to be brought from employees' homes when the healthcare organization could not provide a PPE. And this is due to the COVID pandemic, which brought us a shortage of PPE. Moving on to the Indiana State Department of Health, legislation passed in March in 1881, giving birth to what used to be the State Board of Health. The primary purpose was to register births and deaths and perform some sanitary inspections of various health organizations. Its mission statement is to promote, protect, and improve the health and safety of all Hoosiers. Its vision is that every Hoosier will reach optimal health, regardless of where they live, learn, work, or play. The main goal is health equity, and what they do is give accreditation to health organizations that meet or exceed the quality standards. They have 10 quality standards. I'm not going to sit here and read them all out to you, but as you can see, they focus on improving the quality of healthcare, making healthcare more inclusive for everybody, and so on, all centering around equity. The national macroeconomics of these two organizations. An increase in healthcare expenditure can increase taxes or cuts to other programs. Increase in taxes or other cuts to programs. The Joint Commission and the Indiana State Department of Health both try to limit healthcare expenditure to avoid tax increases and other cuts from programs. So an example that I came up with is that a physical therapy practice who is accredited by one of these organizations must follow the rules that the organization lays out. Failure to do so may result in a malpractice or other lawsuit, thus leading to an increase in health expenditure and negatively affecting the macroeconomics of this country. If you do properly follow the laws, you might actually avoid some of the lawsuits that happen today, and you can positively impact the macroeconomics of this country. Another example, better health in the population will provide laborers in the workforce with less sick days that need to be taken, longer careers, and so on. Both of these organizations promote the improvement of health individuals, thereby kind of leading to just overall more work days, less sick days, and more money being flowed in. For physical therapists, by following the standards of these accredited institutions, physical therapists can help improve the quality of healthcare, returning sick and injured people back to the workforce quicker, or even maybe providing the education to avoid sickness and injuries. Moving on to microeconomics, by following these accreditation rules, you might have an adverse versus your competitor who maybe doesn't have the stamp of approval from these people. It'll lower the risk of potential lawsuits and malpractice suits and whatnot, patient injury. It might be a prerequisite to be reimbursed by third-party insurers, and as we know, you can't just rely on Medicare to be enough to make you profitable. It may also attract employee. What employee is going to want to work for an organization who isn't striving to provide the best quality and fair healthcare to its patients? So how can knowing this help you run a clinic? I'll give you a scenario. You are the manager of an outpatient physical therapy clinic interested in becoming accredited by the Joint Commission to improve the quality of service you give to your patients. How does it affect your financial planning? Well, there are annual fees to become accredited by the Joint Commission, two to be exact. There is no exact number for this, but from what it looks like, it's going to be based on how long it takes to be accredited, how big of an organization you run, and so on. Chances are it's going to be very expensive. Decision making. Being accredited by the Joint Commission could cause you to have major changes to your clinic, the layout of your clinic, what kind of cleaning supplies you use, how your clinic operates, and so forth. These are major decisions that need to be considered beforehand. Policy and procedure. Now you need to be compliant with the Joint Commission and not just your local and federal governments or how you personally envision your clinic would run. You now have to take in account the Joint Commission, and that can be very demanding. I thank you for coming and listening to my talk. I hope that I was able to teach you a little bit about the two organizations discussed, the Joint Commission and the Indiana Department of Safe Health. I hope that you enjoyed it and learned something. Thank you. Yeah.